Show. I'm your host, Big Mike. Well, Kentucky's. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna say too much. I want to make sure that my buds are working and that you guys can hear me before I just start going into a big old spiel. But heck, what the heck? I'm gonna record this anyway. So the Wildcats get a win tonight. Today, early over Murray State, as they should. They actually covered the 41.5 points. They actually covered it by point 0.5. Should have won by 50, but Kentucky gets a win, so I guess I can't really be that upset. I laid in bed and I was watching the game with one eye. So me and Johnny White, we were sitting there laughing about it and everything. So uh, he laughed at me when I told him, "Hey Johnny, I appreciate you keeping me up during the ball game, man. And thank you so much." I look, man. It's Murray State, and I got to be at work, and the game came on at 9:30 here, so quite naturally, once I wake up at not really interested. Uh, yeah, it's just a Murray State game. I look. I had an outlook. I have an obligation to do this, okay, and if I come on and do everything else, I have to come on and at least give talk about the ball game, even if it's just for a few minutes. And I get it, Ronald. It's Murray State, and I woke up at 9:30, 9:45 just to watch us play Murray State, a game that we better win and we better win big. But I have an obligation here because I see it like this. I see it as being I'm asking you guys to show up. I'm asking you guys to comment. I'm asking you guys to like. I'm asking you guys to subscribe. Then what kind of obligations do I have? You know what I'm saying? I have to fulfill my obligation too as well. I have to meet everyone halfway also. So, it definitely wasn't, when I smashed them, but look, they a little rough to me. They look, hey, money bags '08. And I think that's kind of the main reason why I'm actually here as well too. It was kind of like, okay, we beat Murray, but like you mean to tell me we gotta have that many penalties against Murray State? We gotta let them hit our quarterback that much? Like it's Murray State. Like we're in the SEC. Like why in the world do we have to play like this? Such a I mean, look, we won. And at the end of the day, when you can win a football game in college football, you'll take the W. But not all wins are pretty. Not all wins are like, yeah, so what? It was Murray State, we won. But it was just some stuff like, I mean, like these are the kind of games that while I know a lot of the key players didn't play today for one reason or another. Uh, I think it's still a game that you need to come out and you need to find a way to execute and you need to find a way to go through your game plan as if like this is a real big time game. And I don't really think we did that a lot. I mean, Wilcox had a good game today, so that was really good to say. He ran for 13 carries, 123. I mean, we saw flashes of him in other ball games. He just got taken out, and somebody else was put in the ball game. So he didn't. He doesn't get a consistent chance to actually show his skills. But it's Murray State, and I'm sitting there the whole time that I'm laying in bed in the dark on my phone, holding it up so I can watch the game. I'm like, dude, why are you watching this game for, bro? Like, why are you losing? I'm gonna lose like 7 hours of sleep for a just to watch us play Murray State. Because I probably won't go back to bed. I'll probably just go to the gym or something, so I won't fall asleep when I go to work. But it's Murray State. But still, it was sloppy, and you still ask yourself like why can we can't be more sharp? Why can we can't be? We didn't have a game last week. So why are we coming out against Murray State? We should be a lot sharper than what we are out here. And I'm okay. It was good to see some of the younger guys who don't get a lot of playing time. It was good to see these guys be able to get some accolades to maybe to get some stats in the book for them. It was good to see maybe what Boley could do. But like we got to go play Texas next week. Are we going to carry the same holding, the same blocking in the back, these same idiotic penalties that we carry against Murray State? Are we going to continue to carry that over to Texas? I think this is the kind of things that I kind of wanted to see during the ball game, and I didn't see it, I'll take the win. But we're not getting better. We are so undisciplined as a Kentucky team. And it's unbelievable. And it's mostly on the offensive side of the ball. We are so undisciplined. Why are we getting beat on the end? Why are we letting these guys sack our quarterback for it? It makes no sense whatsoever. How can you get so upset about a Murray game? You get upset about a Murray game is because we don't go out and we should have beat them by 60 points. But calling back, blocking, come on, dude. Like, why? This is Murray State. Rick, I'm waiting to try to stream that UK versus U of L. What's up, Big Mike? It's Coach Stoops. It's time for him to go get Calipari. I don't know, man. Thought twice on watching game. Had to force myself. Oh well, go Cats, lady. Yeah. So I'm actually. So look, if you watch the hey Ronald, hey, if you guys watch the Louisville and UK game, don't send me a text because I'm gonna watch the replay when I get to work. Yeah, I want to watch it and I want to have the full excitement. Look, this is exciting for college for women's team. We got two in 1 week for Kenny Brooks. We got 2 5-stars for the Lady Cats this week. So, Coach is killing it over. That's what Coach Brooks is killing it over on the recruiting trail, doing some big things for the Lady Cats. But I mean, as far as the football game goes, I mean, what can we really talk about, guys? I mean, we covered. So I guess we could say, okay, good job, Cats. We covered. We covered the 41.5 points. We are scoring about 42. I guess it's a good, this is a good feel-good game for some of the players who don't get a lot of playing time. And, hats off to those guys. We get a chance to maybe see if they stick around at the end of the year and don't hit the transfer portal. Maybe we can see what some of these guys are maybe going to be capable of down the road if they stay at UK and continue to grow and get better. But, it's not really much I can really say about this Murray State game. I just wish we would control some of the penalties. I wish we would have been more disciplined because we're not disciplined. And it's like it's for me when I look at them and when I look at the discipline part of them, it's like I don't see anybody like saying. And also another thing I want to talk about too. If you watch the ball game today, earlier in the first half when I seen it, we had a fourth. I think we had a 4th and 7. We had a 4th and 7. They jumped offside and it made it 4th and 2. And we still punt the ball. Because of field position. Here's what I'm doing as a coach. And maybe I'm wrong, and that's probably why I'm not a coach, and probably why I'm not getting paid $9 million. This is probably the reason. But if you're Kentucky and it's 4th and 7 and you decide to punt the ball, and then they jump off sides and now it's 4th and 2. And if you don't look your players in the eyes and tell them straight up like man to man, if you don't get this first down, you ain't playing no more today. If we Kentucky Wildcats they're playing the best conference in college football, and we can't go get 2 yards on Murray State, then all you guys are coming out. Ain't nobody else playing the rest of the day. It's 4th and 2. I don't care what we had on the field. You go get 4th and 2. And that's just going back to the coaching, just saying I don't believe in my guys. Well, that's how you believe in your guys, because you tell them you get this first down. Oh, you ain't playing no more today. I don't care who you are. I don't care what number you got. I don't care what your name is. You ain't playing no more. 4th and 2, and you punt it, man. Go for that every time. You don't punt that ball away. That's just a lack of believing in your team right there. If dude, I believe him, baby, go get 2 yards for me. Come on, man. I mean, that sends a message to your team. I don't care. And then if you don't get first down, you know what? You better tell the defense, if you let them score, you ain't playing no more today. Period. Find a way to stop them. And, it's just, I don't know, man. Yeah, I doubt I'll watch the Texas game in almost 2 rounds because of our injuries and having no bowl season. Well, I mean, let me be the positive guy for a second. If somehow, and I do say somehow, if we find a way to go to Texas and win, then we can play. I mean, then we can be playing Louisville for a chance to go to a bowl game. It's a big if. It's a big if. I'll be the first to tell you. But if we, crazier things have happened. No one thought Ole Miss was going to knock off Georgia. No one thought Kentucky was going to knock off Ole Miss. I guess this is just me just dreaming a little bit. I don't know, but crazy things have happened. I'm listening to the last show and missed this one. I would thank son of a gun. I appreciate it. That's exactly the confidence you inspire, and that is if you going, hey Johnny White, good to see you, man. If you got 4th and 2 against Mary freaking State, and I think that's the only after I saw that, I was just like, you know what, man, stop watching this game, Mike. Just stop it. Like your coach don't even believe that your guys in the SEC D1 big time D1 players can't even get a first down against Mary State. It just says as a coach, I don't believe in you. I look at you in the face and I say, no, big guy, I don't believe in you. You can't get no first down. Our line is not good enough to get 2 yards. Call timeout. Bring everybody to the sideline. Tell everybody take their helmets off, and you look each one of them in the face and say, "You don't get this first down, you done for the day. You might as well go and hit the showers because you ain't going back in the game no more." And no, that's just coaching. That's just coaching. And I think after I saw that, I was just like, "Oh, why am I watching this for? And why am I going to do a post game show on Murray State for? It doesn't go together. It's like oil and water. It doesn't mix." But here I am because I love you guys. Yes, I'm counting on beating Auburn to still have that chance. Uh, well, we're done with Auburn. Yeah, I was. Oh, yeah. That's true. I was counting. I'll be in Texas with my youngest boy next Saturday. Well, Johnny White, go to the ball game, cheer on our Wildcats, and let them know that it's possible to go in and upset Texas. And maybe they're gonna go to the bowl game. They're gonna go to the playoff, but go and derail some of their season. Okay, just do it. Just go. So, as a coach, you project your own strength. You sure do. You do, and when them players look at you in the eyes, and players on the sideline be like, dude, coach wouldn't let us go for first down on 4th and 2 against Mary. Man, he don't even believe in us. And I think for me, after I saw that, I was just kind of like, oh, yeah, it is what it is. That was early. That was early in the game, and I just couldn't believe that we couldn't go for that. I was listening to the last. Let's see. Make sure I get Johnny White's in the house. Aaron Davenport. Appreciate knowing it's harder versus. Let me see what Aaron says. Knowing it's harder versus Texas to set up for a bowl game chance and make the Cards game that much more big. I mean, look. I mean, am I holding my breath that we're gonna go to Texas and win? Heck, man, we don't even know who's even gonna be traveling to Texas to even play in the game. More or less, go to Texas and win. Like. We don't know any of that. So but go down there and if you have if you can keep it close. I said this against Duke. If we could just keep it close against Duke, don't shoot our own self in the feet, we might have a chance to win that ball game. And even though I know this is a football post game show, but we kept it close with Duke and we gave ourselves a chance to win. We wonder if we can find that same energy, that same spark with our Kentucky Wildcats. Because I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know if we have true leaders on the team. You know what I mean? Like I don't see anybody when somebody makes a mistake on the field. Like I don't see somebody as a leadership role walk over to them and tell them, pull your head out your butt, get it together. Like I don't ever see any of that. Maybe it happens. I don't know. But I'm not sure if I've ever seen it before. So it's like we have no leadership on this, and look, man, I just don't like calling out coaches. I just don't like calling out players. But sometimes you just gotta just let it out there, man. You gotta just put it out there. Because I love my look. This is a game. This is a sport. It's so much out there in life that's so much more important than sports. But this is what we get smiles from. This is what we get joy from. Is being able to see our Wildcats, whatever sport it is, we want to see them go out there and play the best that they possibly can. And when we feel like that they're not, and especially when it's coming from the head coach down, then you just kind of tune out a little bit, and you have to ask yourself, like, why am I giving my time and energy? Why am I doing all this for like a team that don't even believe in their own selves? It just everything doesn't it just doesn't it doesn't equal up. Don't have a real leader, and I don't know if they have a real leader, Johnny. I really don't. I mean, and I'm a very positive person, and I want to think the best for what's going on at Kentucky football. I want to say that I hope these guys, really, really, really want to win ball games. But it's like, where's the leadership at? You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, playing sports. Oh, the older guys, oh, they was getting in people's butts. They was getting in people's butt. They was holding people accountable. And I like what Coach Pope is doing for the basketball team is you guys are going to have to coach yourself. You guys are going to have to find a way and pull and lean on each other and be able to and be able to get this thing right. I'm here, but you guys are out there on the floor together. You guys are going to have to find a way to for some checks and balances amongst your own selves. You guys got to hold your own selves accountable for what you're doing. You got to hold each other accountable for what you're doing. And it doesn't seem like whatsoever, penalty wise, we're not getting any better. We're not getting any better when it comes to being disciplined. It gets worse and worse every single ball game, and you don't see the end of the tunnel because there's nobody there who's actually getting in people's butt and saying enough is enough. Like when someone's gonna say, look, we are killing ourselves. We are leaving hundreds of points on the board a year just because of penalties, just because we cannot play disciplined ball. You don't let yourself go just because you played Murray State. But you just see these trends and you just see what they're doing and you just say to yourself like they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like why can we can't just do better? Why can we can't just pull ourselves together and just says, look, we're gonna do better. We're gonna be more disciplined out there. And you would think when Coach Stoops was first here, you would really, really think to yourself that, hey, we a disciplined team. Coach Stoops he's teaching discipline, but you don't see that right now. Like like you don't see any of that. And I think to me that is the one thing that is just like the most troubling out of it all is that you just don't see where guys want to be disciplined, and you don't want to see nobody. You don't want to see where people are actually holding each other accountable out there. And I think that's the biggest thing. So even if we bring our A game against Texas, the thing that's going to stop us ain't going to be that we can't play with Texas. It's going to be because we're going to shoot our own selves in the foot. We're gonna hurt our own selves. We're not gonna give our own self a chance to even win the ball game. It's because we're gonna keep making these dumb, bonehead penalties that we just keep making, and nobody's willing to call timeout and says, "Let's fix this." I don't. That's why I'm not the coach though, because maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe I'm missing something here. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. He's a Hey, Wilcox is a good player, and like I said earlier. The thing about Wilcox is we get to see flashes of him each ball game, but then he's overshadowed by Sumo. And this is no disrespect to Sumo because Sumo's been holding his own this year, but Wilcox. I hope he doesn't transfer. I hope he comes back because the guy can play football, and we'll see as soon as the season's over. If we lose against Texas, then I look. Of course, the season's over. Besides playing Louisville, because we're not going to a bowl game once we lose. Once we lose to Texas, there's no hope at all. Whatever. But we're going to start seeing which one of these guys decide. You know what? I think I've had enough here at Kentucky. I think I need a new start. I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to go find me a new home. And it can be some guys that we can really use next year when we start all over and buy into the hype that this is going to be a special year again. So it's just all comes down to where do we go from here. And I know we won. How do you think the locker room was at? I mean, I think the locker room was happy. I mean, anytime any winning covers a lot of things. Winning can cover up a lot of things. Like It just does. And I mean, I don't think I don't think it's going to be a lot of issues. You got Bo, who had a really good game. You had Wilcox, who had a really good game. You had the Brown, the Brown kid. He scored. He had 2 touchdowns today. So like these are the kind of things that can make a locker room kind of enjoy the win. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry if I'm Kentucky and we just blow out Mary State like we supposed to be. Like if I'm an older guy, you know what I mean? If I'm an older guy, I get it. These young guys who don't get a lot of playing time and they got a chance to get in today and they got a chance to score touchdowns and they got a chance to throw touchdowns and run the ball and and get you know, get the receiving yards and like all this stuff right here. So Brown had Brown caught the ball 3 times. 2 of them was for touchdowns. So that's the kind of things that will help people, get in the locker room, and for a moment they will forget about how bad the season has been, and they will enjoy the victory. But if I'm an older guy, dude, like enjoy your accolades for the day, but this year has been a disaster of the year. It hasn't been the year that we wanted it to be. But winning covers a lot of things, and it kind of sweeps the negativity of what's going on or how the season's been going. It kind of sweep it up under the rug. But if you don't pick that rug up and sweep it and throw that trash away and dump it out, then guess what? The wind's gonna blow, and all that trash up under that rug is gonna come right back immediately. So things have got to be fixed now. And the discipline part, we might as well just see. Let's just get through the year healthy. Let's see if we can get some of these guys to somehow come back again next year. And let's see if next year if we can have a better year. But let's go see what we can do against Texas first. And we'll see. If we can keep the penalties down and find a way to move the ball, and our defense shows up like they did against Ole Miss, we can stay in the ball game at the end of the game, and maybe we have it. Maybe. I want nobody to say we're going down to Texas to beat them. That's not what I'm saying. Stay in the game and give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe see what happens, and maybe Texas can make the mistakes, and we capitalized on it, and we able to somehow win that ball game. I know it's a tall fetch, but anything can happen in here. Kentucky with too many penalties again. You think they would? Eric, hey, welcome to the show. That's my whole thing. You just think from week 1 to week 10. What is this? This is week 10 right here. We got 2 more games. So this is week 10. Is this right? 6. We're 4. What are we? Yeah. Yeah. We in week 10, 'cause this is week 10. In week 10, you would think we'd have some of these penalties, but we're making the same penalties. The same people are doing the same penalties game after game after game after game. That's just idiotic. That's insane right there. Because us as fans, we look at it and we say to ourselves like, but why? Okay, you hold against somebody like Texas. Okay, cool. They got top tier talent. They will beat you off the end. Sometimes you might hold them, but against Murray State, really? You got a block in the back? Like, come on, man. Like that one, what was that? A kickoff that we ran, and then we had to kick off again. We had to receive again, and this time we fumbled the ball. So we take a major run to midfield, momentum for the young guys. You turn around, they kick it to us again, and then we fumble the ball, and then that's that fairy tale stuff that you just don't see it happen to you. But that's exactly so. Them getting a penalty on us and having to kick again. That's the best penalty in the world right there. You show me one penalty. You show me one penalty that a team can commit that would have that big of an impact. We get the ball right back, coach, right here on the 20-yard line, because they don't want to hold on to the ball. So this is great. Not a single player deserves to go on to the pros. Their lack of effort is uncalled for. It's just, you just kind of look. This is, if I'm the head coach and I just stand over here like it's the whole ball game. Hey guys, I guess go play ball. I guess Go do something positive. I don't know. Go do, just like on Waterboy, the coach, he was just like, just go, I guess, whatever. Sit over there and hold his notebook, his special notebook. This is us right here, dude. What we doing today? Yep, this is exactly. Let's go run that play. Come on, man. We gotta do better, man. We just, what I'm saying, you just JT. I see you in the house. Thanks for joining. Seems Stoops had more discipline a few years ago, and the discipline for Kentucky is just not there. Where it was at, if you look at where it was at a couple of years ago to now, Johnny, it's totally different because we're getting the same flags by the same people in the same look, and we don't ever get we don't ever get penalties when we run the ball for 1 yard line. I mean, you know what I'm saying, for 1 yard, a 1 yard gain. We always get penalties when we have big explosive plays. Like I'm gonna throw you the ball, and it's gonna be 32-yard gain. Oh no. It's coming back. You wanna know why? Because we wanted to hold. Because I want to block in the back. Because I can't be disciplined enough. At some point, you gotta know the guys are just getting beat, and you gotta just say, "Hey, come on, guys, make a play downfield. I ain't gonna hold. I hope you get the ball off. I got beat. Let's see what happens. The quarterback may take a beating, but at least if we catch that football, at least it's good for us. Absolutely. I had more. Kentucky with too many penalties, not a single player. Hey, Dave, I see you in the house too, Dad. Dad, Kentucky, thank you so much. JT Cats, yep. So, it's just, look, man, we got to win. So I can sit here and I can nitpick on it. I think the hardest thing about this is we got to win, but we're supposed to get the win. Like, we shouldn't be here like, yay, we beat Murray. No, not at all. We don't, no, we don't do it. Today, our whole team at this particular point in the season, I got one word for how our team looks right now. Fragile. Our team looks fragile. It really does because when you can't be disciplined, you have problems. Yep. You have problems when you can't be disciplined out there, and teams know that. And teams know that once we rattle you even a little bit, you're going to become completely undisciplined, and you're going to be reaching, and you're going to be holding, and you're going to be in everything else the rest of the ball game because you're out of your game, you're out of your character. Come on, Coach Stoops, I need you to get back in your character, and I need you to spread that across the team to everybody else. Stoops, come in, get your discipline, get your game face back on, and then put that out to the team, and then enforce it, and then tell people, I don't care how good you are, transfer if you want to. If you can't get it together, you sitting over on the sideline with me. If you want to transfer, go on in the locker room and turn in your stuff and go and walk off the team right now. We ain't gonna have this here at my program. Not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We need some hard-nosed coaches like that who's willing to say, I'd much rather you leave my program than let you come in here and be undisciplined on my football field. You can leave. You can leave before I let you stay on my football field and stay undisciplined. Maybe that's what we need, Waterboy. I know, right? It's just this is one of those things, man. Maybe the guys need some Bobby Boucher special water. Maybe that's what it is. Open up some can of whoop tail on somebody. Look, I don't have an answer for this. I hope they can find a way to have an answer because I don't get it. Agree about Wilcox. He's a yes. Who's props, Mike? Very cool, sir. Well, what are you? Hey, Johnny, can you explain this right here? Oh, okay, very cool. So, this is actually I have to use this when I actually get ready to have my computer up under the plane because I don't want these guys throwing my computer around and I don't want to carry it. So they booked my flight, but they canceled it. And I was going to. They got me going to London. They got sorry guys. They got me going to London. I got a 5 hour layover, and it's 5 hours to get to London. I got a 5 hour layover in London. Then I gotta fly to JFK. I gotta fly to JFK in New York. I get there at 8 o'clock at night. After when I get there, I got 11 and a half hour layover in JFK. Then then I got to go to LaGuardia to catch my out flight to Nashville. I was like, dude, like, you guys don't like me or something, bro. For real, that's a horrible flight. So, for real, get out and get your poison out. So, got to. But anyway, hey, man, we got the win tonight. And at the end of the day, when you can get a win in college football, you're very excited about that. But, hey, thank you guys for tuning in to the post-game show. I don't know if I'm going to go back to it's 1:44. I got to be at work. I got to leave here at work at a little bit after 4. I can't go back to sleep, man. I gotta go. Maybe I'll go to the gym for like an hour just so I can wake up. But hey, man, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I had to keep my obligation, even though it was just Murray State. I had to keep my obligations to actually come in live and talking about the game. I can't ask you guys to show up and watch shows, subscribe, hit the like button. I can't ask you guys to do any of that if I'm not going to fulfill my part of the deal and show up and at least do a show, regardless if we only played Murray and regardless if it's only 1:00 in the morning and I got to get up at 9:30 to watch the game. So basically, I'm up from about 9:30, 9:45 until 5:00 the next day. Just because I want to watch Murray State and do a show. So I am exhausted, man. And so, look, here's the thing. I will not have a chance to actually get any rest because I'll be right back up tomorrow night. Tomorrow I go to bed about 5:00, 5:30, no later than 6. But then I got to get right back up at midnight, like 6 hours later. So, yeah, I'm being a little tired. I am. So, I am. But anyway, hey, my obligation is to you guys, and that's my way of saying thank you guys for coming through, supporting me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything you guys do. We will get ready for the Olympian game. It'll be a post-game show right after the ball game. I'll probably most likely be in my car. I won't be in my apartment because I'll be at work. I'm not going to take off from that itinerary. Ouch, bro. It's just like, so I leave. I would leave Kuwait at 9:30 in the morning. I would get to London 5 hours later. I would stay in London for another 5 hours. I get on the plane. I think I want to say, is it 8 or is it 9? I think it's somewhere from an 8.5 to 9 hour flight to New York. I would stay in New York all night because we get there at 8 o'clock at night. So I got to stay there. I would probably go to my mother's-in-law house and sleep maybe. But that's if I don't have to take my bags. Hopefully they'll transfer my bags. But if you guys know anything about New York, JFK and LaGuardia, they're in two total different locations. Totally. Like I got to get on my bag, get in a taxi, and go to a different airport, and then maybe get a hotel or go stay with my mother-in-law all night. But I got to be right back to the airport the next morning by 6 or by 5:30, checking my bags in, and then catching the 7:30 flight, which is another 2 hours and 45 minutes from New York. So I'm tired, man. But anyway, hey, man, I had to come and give my time. You guys' time is extremely valuable to me, and I want to. This is, I don't know any other way to say thank you except giving you guys my time. And I know I'm nobody important, and I appreciate what you guys do. So I definitely had to come live just for a couple of just there to Kuwait to London is more like 7 hours. I didn't see that. I didn't see that it was 7 hours because I got British friends who actually are from they're from the British that they actually go home and they've always told me. So I didn't even I got some bad news for you. If you wait to London in 7 hours, hey man, I'm trying to be positive here. You ain't helping a brother out, okay? I'm trying to get myself a little bit. Okay, then so I got a 7 hour flight plus another 5 hour layover. So that's 12 hours already. Oh, and don't forget, you got to show up at the airport 2.5 hours early over here. So you show up 2.5 hours to the airport, you check in, then you wait 2 hours to get on the plane, then you fly for 7, then you wait for another 5.5 hours, then you fly for another 8, then you wait for another 11.5, and then you fly for another 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah, I'd be pretty tired. I'll be okay. Thank you, Mike, for all you do for us. This is a great show of yours. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it, guys. Hey, Stephen, do me a favor. No more news from you, okay? Just you know what? No more news. You stop all the news. So, hey, man, thank you so much. I appreciate each one of you guys. I love you guys. Until next time, post game show, Limpskin. When we play there. We should beat them by by 50. Hopefully, we beat them by 50. And I'll see you guys then. So appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, don't forget to hit that like button if you